Great. Hello, YouTube. Good evening. This is June, and let's celebrate the proud. The topic tonight is sexual orientation and gender identity. And yes, let's start. First of all, I will ask to you introduce yourself, please. Bruna, can we start?
Sure. Hello, girls. My name is Bruna. I live in São Paulo, work as a teacher, and I've been working here on TNT2 as a community manager. What else? I live with my family, and I'm really happy to talk to you today. Thank you so much, Dale, for bringing this theme. It's going to be amazing, I'm sure. That's it.
Great. And to Yolanda.
Well, it's hard to go after Bruno, right? But let's let's go.
What do you mean?
Your English is so good, girl.
Yeah, it's hard to introduce herself after Bruna.
Yes, it's hard to introduce myself. Well, so I'm Yolanda. I'm 26 years old. 27. I have 27 now. I am 27 now. And I live in Ribeirão Preto. What else?
Do you have pets?
Not anymore, but I used to have a cat. Now she lives with my brother, so it's not with me anymore. But I found her when I was living with my mother, and we were living together, me, my brother, my mother. And then when he moves, he I forgot the word for
He decides.
He
decides to take.
Yeah.
Took.
Thanks. Yeah, he took Nalu.
Great. Thanks, Yolanda. And Tulu.
Hello, good evening. I'm Luana. I'm 33. I live in Beraba, Minas Gerais. I married. I have 2 kids. I have a dog. I work as a teacher at school. I think that's it.
Great. So, girls, let's start. Yolanda, I will start with you. The first question is cisgender, transgender, homosexual, bisexual, heterosexual. Do you feel confused? Think about it. Do you think that people should talk about it clearly?
Yeah, I think I'm lucky to not feel myself this way because I have a lot of information and I know this is not confusing at all. It's really clear when you want to learn about it and understand more about it. So I don't think it's confusing at all. And yes, sure. People need to talk about this because it's talking about that we are able to learn and understand, and even this is not interesting for you, even though you need to understand, you need to know for respect other people, to understand other people, and that's it.
Yeah, we live in a society, so even if a subject is not directly related to you, we must learn something about the others. And Tulu.
I do feel confused about some things, and I know a little, so little, too little about these things. And because this, yes, I think people should talk about it clearly because you know the others and learn how to respect and accept.
Yeah, sometimes we just talk, and you should respect those people, but we don't talk why you are not respecting someone. Sometimes we're not open to explain some stuffs that we must be more patient to discuss about. And you, Bruna?
Yeah, in general, I don't feel that confused. Like, there are some things that makes me confused a little bit about the non-binary, and the difference between transgender and non-binary. And I've read about it already, but it's still a little bit confusing. I always try, like, every time I see it, I try to read more and to understand, but it's not, I won't say it's easy. And yes, I totally think we should talk more about this. There is a lot of misinformation. It's really a difficult theme when it comes to feminism, to like some women from the feminist movement don't support trans women. So it's so difficult. So definitely we should talk much more about this. So that's it.
Yeah, it's a huge discussion, especially because you are trying to take care of your rights, but you don't care so much about the others' rights. So it's a huge fight. Okay, and Luana, do you think that is a taboo to talk about sexuality and gender identity? Why or why not?
Yes, I think it's because culture, religion, your mothers, your grandparents um, learn about, don't learn so much about this, and they can't teach us about this. Um, and at school nowadays, those days, they don't talk about this. So how we can learn, how can talk clearly. Um, and is and this I guess the word is bright. A lot of trouble, a lot of problems for society.
Yeah, and we grow up with the same thoughts of our parents. It's basically something that we start to learn when we are not children anymore. So yeah, it's a problem. Bruna, and you, what do you think?
Um, I think it's an interesting topic, because it's an interesting question, because um, there is a lot of misinformation, and this comes um, with this thing of avoiding to talk about it. So it's better not to talk than to try to try to understand a little bit more. So um, I think, depending on the place, we avoid also talking about it, because we don't want to argue. So let's not say anything, because we don't want to argue with anyone. So yes, it is a taboo, unfortunately. um and I still think it shouldn't be. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes we just try to talk about this subject and then we spread some misinformation, and it's also a problem. Yeah, a lot of things to think about. Yolanda, and you, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with both. It's a taboo. Example of this, it's when Globo was showing homosexual cases at the television. So it's a big taboo for our country, especially where the education it's not there to explain to everyone what is this, how it works. I think it's about this the misunderstanding, because if you don't learn, it's something really strange for you. And I think it's a kind of natural of the human to avoid something not usual for you, to I don't know, to it's strange for me. I think it for most for the elderly people. I think no, it's not for my it's not about my era. I don't know. So it's really hard for them, I think. But we are alive, so we need to understand. And okay, in your era, the people couldn't be yourself, be who you want to be, was really horrible. But now it's okay. You can be what you what you want. And if you don't respect this, you are going to the jail, okay? Because you need to respect, and you need to understand what another people want is what another people is
Are
sorry. I don't know. And this is not about you.
great. Yeah, but I saw someone saying, "Oh, when I was younger, it wasn't like this." I just say, "Thanks God, we're not like this anymore."
Yes.
Yeah, Yolanda, you said something really interesting about children don't have access to those information. And I want to know from you, where should children learn about diversity?
Me? At school, for sure. First in home, but in school also, because it's where children learn things about the life, about the ethics, and about how you can be or not, how we are molded, right, in our society. So it's, I think it in the school you need to learn. For sure, it helps if your parents agree with all this and support, and are clear with this idea. Okay, what is this, that two guys kissing, or I don't know if it's she or he. Okay, ask. If you want to talk with, ask what is your pronoun. I don't know the word in English, but okay, I don't know, be more open with the children about this. They are not I don't know, babies who don't understand anything. No, they are learning, so teach them.
Yeah, I think that in our home we're surrounded by some people who are basically our parents or family, and sometimes it cannot be it can become a bubble. So when children start to go to school and living their life, it starts to be more sociable for them. So just when they are living in a real society, they start to look to people who are not in their bubble. Bruna, and you, what do you think?
I agree with Yolanda. I think at home, should be it should be the first place. But I think it's really nice to see that on the internet there is a lot of people talking and like teaching, not just children, no, but teaching other people in general, how to what's the meaning of things, how things work. I don't think the internet should be the place, but I think it works pretty well. Mainly TikTok. That is a lot. That are a lot of people producing great content there. So it's maybe the problem with the internet would be that there is also a lot of people sharing misinformation. And really like sharing. Prejudice and misconcepts. So I think we need to be careful. But at home, maybe the parents should be the first ones to tell their children that what is each of the things. But the problem is sometimes not even the parents know. So it's deeper than we think, right? That's it.
Yeah. And I think especially internet in this case is a good place because, as I said, we live in a bubble. So we can live in a place where everyone is different from us. And sometimes we just wanna know someone who are like me. So internet can help those people. And Yulu.
So, I think the first step for learn about diverse tastes, difference, respect should be at home, and I think more able for to teach and explain a lot of things for your children are their parents, um, because the parents should know your children and should know how can they talk to him. So at home it could be should be their home, and of course they can complement acknowledge on internet or with teachers at school and with friends. So, but the first step is at home for me.
Great, Lou. Good point. Okay, girls. And okay. Sometimes we live in a society that try to model us, trying to say what is for men, what is for women, what should do, what you should not do. And I want to know from you if you have never stopped doing something because you thought, oh, girls cannot do it or boys cannot do it, just because someone tried to model you in this way. Yolanda, I'll start with you.
If I already feel this way, have you ever stopped doing something? Okay, if I stopped really. Well, I think yes, probably yes. not something that I know, a lot of things that I know, but there are bigger things and smaller things. And these smaller things, I think they are really dangerous because we are not understanding that we are having this kind of this kind of behavior, because you learn with the society how to what you can do, what you cannot do. It was horrible when I was younger and when I was a kid. And in Christmas, for example, they give me a doll, a doll. And for my brothers, a lot of games, really technologic, and I don't know, a Pokeball, and it was a video game also, and it was so amazing. And I want that, know my doll, what I'm going to do with my doll. And yeah, it's really terrible how they treat women and boys. And I think deep than this is, when you're a child, you don't have gender. You need to decide your gender, who you are. So I think it's horrible to treat a kid like you are a woman. So yeah, it's cute when you're try my high heels, and no, it's okay, you can do whatever you want, but it's a kid. It's not a woman or a man. It's a kid. They don't have to decide anything just because the sex you was born. And so I think, yeah, since the beginning, when we were child, we can do a lot of things. And if you're a girl, you need to dress pink, and if you're a boy, you need to dress blue. And it's terrible when you're a kid and your favorite color is blue and you're a girl.
Yeah, you talking your history about the doll, it just reminds me on a video that I saw on Facebook. It was a girl receiving a gift, and she asked, and what is it? It's a Barbie. And she, a Barbie. Yeah, oh, she fights. No. She uses cars. No. Okay. And
Poor
and
girl.
when she opens the gift, it was a Batman, and she started to scream, "It's a Batman! It's a Batman!" It was amazing. Hey, Tulu. Have you ever stopped doing something just because you thought girls cannot do it?
I don't stop, but when I was a children, I liked so much to play with boys, because the games were so cool. Football, futsal, things like boys can say. I I I forgot. I danced capoeira. Was so cool. But there are this. Oh, you can't. You need to choose someone. You need to choose other things for to do because you are a woman. You are grow up. You are grow up, and woman don't do this. Woman do these things, and yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny because some people argue with you. We will not marry with no man. Okay. Oh, Jesus. And you, Bruno?
Yeah, I think my parents have always been really supportive when it comes to this stuff, you know. Mainly my mom, like just like Lou, I took capoeira classes. I also took Muay Thai classes, so I think they have been really nice, and like they did the basics, you know, what every parent should do. Like they've never forced me to play with dolls, you know. I didn't have any Barbie or any doll like this, you know. So it was nice. And I stopped doing something like this. I was thinking here mainly when we are talking about the sexual life. I think we really feel this impact, you know. Guys are influenced to masturbate and to get to know their bodies, and we are not, you know, as women. So maybe this is something like take your hands off your pants, you know, of your panties. um, and it should be something normal. It shouldn't be something forbidden, you know. um, and this forbidding girls from doing this uh, stop prevents us from getting to know our bodies and from feeling comfortable during like sexual relationships, you know. And this shouldn't not be forbidden for us, you know. Thank God now it's getting better, you know. And we've been discussing it more often, but this is something I heard. That's it.
Yeah, and you live it in a home where your parents are open-minded. And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Okay, years still talk about our home. I want to know from you, how can we transform our home into a place of inclusion? Because we are talking here that it's really important. We talk more about diversity, we talk about gender identity, sexual orientation, but how can we transform our home, the place we live it, in this place? Lu.
I really don't know. But I can, for a start, you can stop buy dolls for girls and ball for boys. You know, we can we can let the kid decide what he wants to they want to play. You know what they want to play, because because they want need to discover what they like to do, you know. And they know doing something they like to do, you know, or don't like to do. I guess the first step is this.
You're muted.
Yeah, they just wanna play with something. They are just kids. They don't care about gender, varies for boys or for girls. They don't care about it. And you, Yolanda?
It's a really tough question because I don't know. But theoretically, we can say something. Well, we need to talk. This is the first thing, the main thing. We need to talk with each other and be open with each other. And of course, I know this is not the reality at all in Brazil, but when it's possible, when you're not going to die if you do this, and if you are go out as soon as possible of this place. But when it's possible, talk and be open, and even if this causes some uncomfortable feeling, if you think you are not prepared for this, think you are helping your parents or whatever who are, but you are helping, you are trying to give some knowledge for them also. And in my case, for example, I try, for me it's like this, it's possible to talk. She didn't agree with me, but I insist and try to talk a little bit more, and we are in a friendly place or in a time really, really good with each other. I try to bring this subject again. It's hard, but I think I know it's not my job here. I know it's not my job, and if it's something really hard for you, if you can't do this, don't do. Okay, you need to think in you first. But if it's possible, if you can, you're not a professor, but you can share and spread a little bit of your knowledge and what you already know.
Perfect. Yeah, I said to my friends some time ago that now I'm living in a bubble, because when I lived in my parents' house, I was a boy who lived in a closet and cannot talk about this subject. And now I'm a boy who live by myself, and I'm open to talk about this topic. But sometimes I'm just living my life, and appears that it's okay. It seems like everyone is living like me. Everyone can talk about this topic, and it's not like this. So in front of my home, my carpet is sejam bem-vindos. And, and I think, Jesus, I can't do it right now, and I can, and my home can be a place of comfortable to some people, but I know that the most part of LGBT people don't have this place. So yeah, it's a problem. Bruna, and you?
It's really nice what you're saying also because of the city too, right? Maybe São Paulo in some areas is you can be who you are maybe in a safer way, right? Than in a smaller city or in other states. So but it's really, really difficult. Just like Yolanda, I think talking is a good way, but at the same time, when our parents or when the ones who live with us, when they have it's complicated because the limit between being open-minded and like I feel my parents are open-minded to some stuff, but if I go deeper into the theme, they don't accept it a lot, like sometimes I try to talk to them about some stuff like fat phobia or homophobia, or some comments they make, and they say, but you want to defend everybody, like you're always defending everyone. We can't say anything, So the limit's too thin, So it's difficult, but I think trying to talk, to show stuff, like to show movies or I don't know, posts, just share stuff. Um, maybe it's something. It's another way, but it's a daily exercise.
Yeah, sometimes just the a person that we can count, it's enough. And talk about your parents, it's funny because it's not funny, but yeah. But sometimes about your parents, they think that, oh, I can accept everything. I'm open to LGBT. I'm open to fat people. But when their son or the children said, "Oh, I'm a fat," "Oh, I'm an LGBT," they are not that open. So it's first it can be something really hard to talk about some subjects. Great, Jesus, we don't have so much time.
We need a part 2.
Yeah. We talked just 5 questions. 6. Okay. Yolanda said about global when some characters who are gay, they are kissing, then but the public talk about it a lot, and it looks like that it's not something so usual to see on TV. And girls, I want to know from you, if do you think that LGBTs should have more space in the media? Lou, please.
Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Yes, of course. They need show show who they are. How can they can be? I don't say respect, but can be can be who you are. You know who they are. Show who they are and make friends, make um, bring to us acknowledge about your taste, your difference.
Great. João, do you have any problem?
No, we have finished it.
Okay. Great. Bruna, too.
Yes, I think they should have more space in media. And it's interesting because I was reading, I don't know, I think I saw on Instagram actually, I don't remember, some cisgender actors playing roles of gays or of transgender, I'm sorry, not gays, but of transgender characters when they are not actually, so it's really nice to see that there are some series, some shows that are very worried about it, like Pose, right? And it's so nice to see like trans characters, it's just great. So yes, they should definitely have more space in the media.
Yeah, Pose is the perfect example because we are giving opportunity to those people to interpret who they are. So it's amazing. Yolanda, and you?
Yeah. I agree again. And yeah, definitely they need to have more space in media. Also because of what Bruna said about you you are in there, you are a transgender person interpreting another transgender person, and this is really good. You need to have, you are talking about this, so give space some person, transgender person, show his their talent, and that's it. And also because when we see more what is happening, when we see more, I don't know, even for persons who don't agree 100%, you don't have nothing to agree, but this kind of person who don't agree, if they see more of this, if it's usual, if it's normal, okay, it's on TV, it's on the magazine, and you are familiar, begins more normal for you. So this is really important, and not only for LGBT, I don't know in English. the letters LGBTQI+, not only for this, but for elderly people or with some kind of spectrum, or what else is it's different than what we see all the time at TV, because we see this all the time and we say, okay, so this is normal, so I'm not, what I'm doing in my life. Okay, they are saying that I'm wrong to be what I want to be, or anything about me, and I agree with this because I'm seeing the whole time on TV that the normal, it's not this. So yeah, we are really influenced by media, so we need to have more of diversity on TV or media for sure.
Great, Yolanda, thanks. And boys, how was the conversation in this small group? João, can you share with us?
Yes, it was good. We talked about this subject, and everyone gave their opinions on the questions. Talked about that. It was good. Everyone was really supportive.
Great. Guys, I share with you on the chat the survey to this media case, so please answer this. And for you, Renan, how was the conversation in the small group?
It was very, very good. We talked about the questions. Everyone asked, answered the questions, and it's very good.
Do you answer all the questions?
Yes, and when we get back here, I think, we are, I think we are too superficial. you are talking very much,
Guys, come on.
we need to go more deeply into the questions, I think.
Yeah, the conversation here was really deep. I share with you the link to this conversation on YouTube, and you can see this. So guys, it was a pleasure, and that's it. I hope to see you here again next week. Have a great week, and bye-bye, guys.
Thank you so much, Leo. Thank you, girls, for coming. See you next week.
Thank you.